Three games of note of interest, if you will, here tonight, and see if I got the current line ready. These might be a little bit old with Virginia and Maryland. I'm showing it's up to 14 and a half right now, and this total has gone way down. I'm showing this because this was way earlier in the week. This is when I entered them in and let it sit here waiting for this day. Just stay ahead of pay, But I mean, when I typed it in, that was the line. Now, the situation, Mindy, in the total dropping is the tropical storm surging up the coast. That is going to probably dump some, feels like some showers. I mean, it's way out there. It's just a big system. So it is going to create a little bit of weather conditions apparently up and down the coast in some of these games. It's rapidly approaching that area right now. I wish I was doing a better job. I don't know if you did, but that's where the tropic right now. It's kind of passing up the
Well, I
eastern
didn't even
seaboard.
know about the storm, so I feel pretty dumb right now.
Oh, okay. It's going to like Halifax, Nova Scotia. That's like where it's going to end landfall. It's not going to even hit. I don't think the United. It might go a little bit left and get to the main area, but I mean it's going straight up. But it's just a big enough system that it's kind of whipping around some storms, kind of towards the Atlantic coast, where these totals have dropped. It might be that they've dropped prematurely. Like everyone, this thing when it first came out, this storm, the totals start to be hit a little bit because in the other storm season they kind of go and come through the Caribbean or something, but this time of year, I'm not a weather. I'm just telling you right now, it's out in the Atlantic Ocean. All right, I'm
And
not
you
going to
may
sit here.
experience weather in this game, is what you're trying to get
Right,
at.
I'm an experienced football weather, right? I mean, so got a bunch of storms up there. They've slammed this total down, maybe prematurely. There could be wet and rainy conditions in this game. Apparently, it's kind of spring and rain, and if it is, I don't think it's going to be like a huge deal, but not all exactly sprinkling either. So
Okay.
that's the weather. Over to you, Mindy.
All right. Well, thanks, Ramon. And now it's time for sports. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like Maryland. I watch them quite a bit, being in the Big Ten, and I feel like they kind of do have some flaws that are out there. I know that they kind of dominated Charlotte the second half, but I felt like that game was just too close with the Charlotte team. With Maryland. And I feel like at least, James Madison got that money against Virginia, but I at least feel like there was some fight in that squad. And I would really like to see that. I just think that 14 here is too much. I think this is maybe more of a 9-10 point game. I'm going to go ahead and take Virginia here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, and we're not. I don't think Virginia's going to be emotionally repaired yet, even though they got a lot out of their system in their home opener following the tragedy last year and all that. In fact, maybe because of this game being kind of a spotlight game, we're going to look. I mean, I'm not saying that let's please remember those players, and I'm sure we'll have more coming out. I mean, I'm not ever tired of it. Nothing like that. It's just television will kind of capitalize on the opportunity. Unfortunately, a little bit it feels like where maybe last week we were supposed to feel like we put to rest their hearts in our souls and got that football game out of the way, that first home game, and now we're going on the road where a team wants to focus now. That was so emotional, and they did a great job. They did incredible. They didn't play that well, but I mean, they did a really nice job to kind of battle through all that against James Madison, and like a team going through a lot of emotion, they gave up all those points at the end of the game, just like some teams that it's just a little bit. I'm not saying that's what happened. Just that's what it looked like happened to me. A team that basically played that whole game on emotion, led James Madison, who, you think, Virginia should beat you. No, I mean, James Madison is a great program, and that was supposed to be a tough game in state. They don't play that much anymore. Virginia's now lost both their games, given up a ton of points. But I wish we were getting more. I know it was open 17 and a half. It's 14 and a half, and I want to take Virginia with you.
All right, let's just
stop talking and just do it. It's not enough points. I'm hoping that Virginia, look, they're having to start around a little, start over a little bit. quite a bit actually. And Maryland's a team that we're, supposed to be, pretty good with Tagovailoa. He's a good quarterback so far. He's basically now is like, third plus season with this team. I mean, remember, he's been racking up numbers quite a bit. I mean, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the country, certainly, no doubt about it. But I'll take a conference dog getting 2 touchdowns and these familiar for hopefully Virginia does start to, build a little bit. But these teams haven't met in quite a long time because of them being in different conferences now. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go to the chat. I'm thinking about them. I don't want to overblow that. I know it's
right.
It is just something we're talking about here, but imagine it's still every second of every day.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't go away that just overnight, but for sure.
They were on they had gone to see like an Emmett Till play or something like that on a field trip.
Really?
And we're coming back and just happened to be that 3
on the bus. Okay.
football players were on this, bus that went to and the other guy was a former football player. And there were football players that take that course. So let's see here. Maryland for Dre. Let's check in with our DMV correspondent here, certainly. And giving us weather update too. That's great. And maybe it's clear now, says Dre, and Lord says Maryland is fine. We have the most viewers from that area, it feels like. It's great. Okay. Take the points. I feel like we're in the minority. On the dog here, but the move has been steadily to Virginia. All right, we'll take him. I'll take him with you.
Okay. All right.
Yep. And I was all over, like when it was up there, because at first it went up before the storm they started talking about it. The total went up to 52.5. I was ready to pounce on that under. At 47 right now, because the way I play totals, I'm not putting the weather into it. I wasn't then. I thought I was ahead of the game. I think the move's kind of gone too far. I almost want to go over right now, but all my fingers say way under. So I don't know if it's under far enough yet. Okay.